City kick off a new Premier League era. Atletico Madrid want a new striker. There's a protest at Bordeaux, a transfer roundup, and today's great debate all coming up in the next few minutes as I'm your host, Matt Frolick. You are the Onefootballers, and this is the Daily News. First off, Manchester City kicked off a new Premier League era. That's in the fact that last night's game against Burnley was the first game to be shown on TV, not by a regular TV channel. Amazon Prime bought a few games from the Premier League, and this was the first one of them. This means there's a whole new load of kickoff times to get used to, like 7:30 and 8:15. How on earth will we keep track of all the football? City did what they were supposed to do and smashed Burnley 4-1, cutting the lead to Liverpool down to 8 points. Liverpool actually played tonight though against Everton, where they can of course extend that lead once again. This is actually the second time that they'll be playing Everton in the space of a month, as in the beginning of January they'll be facing each other in the FA Cup third round. Things don't look so good for Marco Silva at the moment, although the real big game of the night is Jose Mourinho returning to Old Trafford. It's Manchester United against Spurs, and all the Amazon cameras will be there to capture it. How's it going to go for Mourinho back at his old club though? Well, first off, I doubt he's going to be applauded back into the stadium, probably going to be booed. And secondly, I'm not so sure how the game's going to go because both teams have got brilliant attacks and absolute shocking defences. It should be an absolute blockbuster. Although having said that, it'll probably be a 0-0 now. Anyway, away from the Premier League and to La Liga, where Atletico Madrid are in dire need of a new striker. That's because this season they just cannot score. They sold Antoine Griezmann, they bought in João Felix, but he's just not replacing the goals that Griezmann did. Like, it's pretty harsh to put João Felix under the spotlight like this. He is only a youngster. I have no doubt he'll go on to be that Cristiano Ronaldo-like figure for Atletico, when he's banging in goals and literally dragging the teams to cup finals. I'm not saying he will be Cristiano Ronaldo, he'll just become that kind of player for the team and he'll score. But at the moment, he's the number 10. He's the guy creating the chances of being the link from the midfield to the attack. They still need someone to put the ball in the back of the net. Diego Costa definitely is doing it. Alvaro Morata is doing it a little bit, but not as much as you'd expect. So much so that Atletico Madrid in La Liga this season have scored 16 goals. That is the worst return of any team in the top 14 positions. If you add to that the fact that they failed to score in 6 of their 20 competitive games this season, things aren't looking so good for Diego Simeone's side. So who's going to be on the short list to come in up front? Now, there have been a few names thrown around. One of them is Krzysztof Piątek at AC Milan. Having recently joined the side, I can't see him moving just yet, and it'll cost a hell of a lot of money. Next up is Andrea Bellotti from Torino, who was really good a few years ago and hasn't quite since hit the same heights. I'm not sure he'd be so expensive, but I don't really think he's going to be moving now. There is also Uruguay's Edison Cavani, currently at PSG, and of course his contract is expiring in the summer, so this actually may be a good move, but it doesn't look like he's willing to stay in European football with heavy links to the MLS. And lastly but not least, it will be the best one for Atletico Madrid, but it will be the most difficult to push through, and that is Timo Werner. Now, not only will he cost a lot of money despite his contract running out next year, but also Bayern Munich, Liverpool, and a whole host of other clubs are in for the German international. This will make it very, very difficult, but if they can get it through, I think João Felix behind Timo Werner would be unbelievable for Atletico Madrid. Moving on though, and to Ligue 1, where surprisingly there was a massive protest against the club owners of Bordeaux. Now, this is a rather indifferent night for the emotions of Bordeaux fans. In the 10th minute, they ran onto the pitch stating they wanted the club owners out because they thought they were just in it for the money and the wrong reasons. This obviously forced the owners to come out so they won't be resigning and that they definitely believe in the values of the club. This whole demonstration has come about because of reports that Bordeaux are going to sell all of their top stars in January to recoup some of the money that they've invested in the club. This isn't exactly the best long-term plan for owners or investors out there. Anyway, whilst this was going on, there was a 25-minute delay in the match. This is obviously supporters are angry, right? They're very upset. There's a protest going on. Then they stop. The Bordeaux players come back on the pitch and they win 6-0 and move up to third in Liga. Like, talk about a complete difference. So they're angry at the club, or they're delighted at what they've just seen on the pitch. I don't think we'll be hearing quite the end of this just yet. But what did happen was that England-born Nigerian international Josh Maja, who signed from Sunderland last year, managed to bag a hat-trick. He probably could be one of the ones sold in January. So next up, we come to a quick roundup of the rest of the day's transfer news, where Manchester City have joined Barcelona in scouting Inter Milan's Lautaro Martinez. Spurs are willing to accept less than 40 million for Christian Eriksen with his contract running out in the summer. PSG have been so impressed with Mauro Icardi, they're willing to pay 70 million to make his loan move a permanent deal. And Dalian Yafang manager Rafa Benitez, well, if any club in England want him, they're going to have to pay around 20 million to release him from his contract with the Chinese club. Both West Ham and Arsenal, surprisingly, have been linked with the former Newcastle, Chelsea and Liverpool boss. So lastly but not least, we come to this week's great debate. This is every Wednesday where our guys in the Onefootball newsroom put a question to to all of you. We want to hear your answers in the comments section, and of course you can check our answers and the newsroom answers in the relevant article in the Onefootball app. But for this video, we want to know the great debate this week: who's going to finish in the top 6 come the end of the season? For me, I'm going to go with Liverpool as champions, Manchester City runners-up, Leicester in 3rd, Chelsea in 4th, Jose Mourinho Spurs in 5th, and his former club Manchester United in 6th. You're probably thinking, what? How are Man U going to get in 6th? I honestly think they're going to sack Solskjaer, bring in a better manager, and an upturn in form will see them just sneak into the Europa League places. So there you have it. Let me know your thoughts on the great debate and the rest of today's daily news in the comment section down below. You can smash the like button and click here or here to check out all the other videos we've got going on Onefootball. But until next time, I will see you guys later.